Chaos erupts. Trump's speech sends global leaders into total meltdown. President Donald Trump's address at the 80th United Nations General Assembly on September 23, 2025, sent shockwaves throughout the international community. His speech, delivered with intense rhetoric and bold assertions, immediately drew attention from leaders, analysts, and media worldwide. Trump openly called the United Nations corrupt and ineffective, claiming it had failed to achieve its mission. He demanded that nations reject the so-called globalist migration agenda, promoting strict border controls and tighter immigration enforcement, igniting global debates about the UN's credibility and effectiveness. Trump directed fierce criticism at European nations, targeting their immigration policies and climate initiatives. He described green energy programs as a massive hoax and warned that European leaders were steering their countries towards social and economic collapse. These comments highlighted a growing divide between the United States and its traditional allies, signaling a shift in American foreign policy. The speech marked one of the most confrontational UN addresses in recent history, challenging decades of diplomatic norms and raising questions about transatlantic relations in an era of rising nationalism. The speech immediately prompted reactions from global leaders. French President Emmanuel Macron defended international cooperation, warning of the dangers of unilateral power and its consequences for global stability. Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva condemned Trump's sanctions and actions against Brazil, emphasizing respect for national sovereignty and the importance of multilateral agreements. These responses revealed heightened tensions between the U.S. and both established and emerging economies, threatening fragile alliances and highlighting the challenges nations face when navigating a global order increasingly dominated by nationalist agendas. Canada's Prime Minister Mark Carney faced a complex diplomatic situation in response to Trump's remarks. While maintaining historically strong relations with the United States, Carney stressed the importance of constructive dialogue and fair trade negotiations. He also reiterated Canada's commitment to engaging with China and other key international partners, reflecting a pragmatic approach to diplomacy. Carney's measured response aimed to balance national interests while preserving Canada's international credibility, illustrating the intricate challenges smaller nations face in managing relations with a confrontational U.S. administration. Trump's rhetoric had immediate domestic and regional implications. In Canada, a recent survey revealed that only 34% of citizens hold a favorable view of the United States, marking a significant decline. Many Canadians expressed concerns that U.S. policies under Trump could threaten trade, security, and collaborative problem-solving on global challenges. The erosion of trust between Canada and the U.S. creates obstacles for future cooperation in areas such as defense, climate policy, and economic partnerships, forcing Canadian leadership to devise new strategies to protect sovereignty and maintain stability while engaging with an unpredictable ally. Economic tensions between the U.S. and Canada have escalated in recent months. Trump's administration imposed tariffs on Canadian exports, including steel and aluminum, prompting Ottawa to implement retaliatory measures. Prime Minister Carney has indicated that these disputes will be addressed through the formal review process under the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, USMCA, aiming for fairer trade conditions. These negotiations will have far-reaching consequences for multiple sectors, affecting employment, investments, and cross-border commerce. The outcome will determine the trajectory of North American economic relations in an increasingly tense environment. Trump's UN speech also exposed internal operational challenges within the United Nations. Technical difficulties, including a malfunctioning teleprompter and escalator, drew media attention and highlighted the organization's logistical and technological shortcomings. Combined with financial limitations and political pressures from member states, these incidents underscore the ongoing struggle of the UN to operate efficiently and maintain credibility. The speech thus served as both a critique of international policy and an inadvertent reflection of institutional weaknesses. A central theme of Trump's address was nationalism. He called for countries to prioritize their own interests over global cooperation, urging governments to take control of their destiny or face decline. While this resonated strongly with his domestic supporters, it alarmed international observers concerned about the weakening of multilateral frameworks. The speech reflected a broader ideological push toward unilateral decision-making and national sovereignty, raising questions about the future role of international organizations and the effectiveness of coordinated global policies. The international community expressed alarm over Trump's isolationist posture. Leaders from Germany, Japan, and other nations reaffirmed their commitment to multilateral cooperation, emphasizing the importance of global governance. At the same time, debates intensified regarding the balance between national sovereignty and collaborative diplomacy. Trump's statements underscored a growing global tension between nationalist movements and international institutions, forcing governments to reevaluate their approach to trade, security, and environmental policy within the evolving global landscape. Trump's address will have long-term implications for international relations. His calls for nationalism and criticism of global institutions challenge long-standing norms of diplomacy, creating uncertainty about the future of global cooperation. Countries must now navigate a complex environment where the U.S. promotes unilateral actions while other states continue to uphold multilateral principles. This divergence may redefine alliances, trade agreements, and security partnerships, potentially reshaping the international order for years to come. The speech marked a turning point in U.S. diplomacy. By prioritizing domestic interests and openly criticizing multilateral bodies, Trump has forced the international community to reconsider its strategies. His rhetoric emphasizes a transactional approach to international relations, focusing on power, negotiation, and immediate national gains rather than shared global responsibilities. Countries around the world are recalibrating their policies in response, weighing the risks of confrontation against the benefits of continued engagement with the United States. In conclusion, Trump's UN address represents a pivotal moment in contemporary international relations. His confrontational style, emphasis on nationalism, and dismissal of cooperative frameworks have disrupted traditional diplomatic expectations. Reactions from global leaders, coupled with shifts in public perception and trade relations, indicate that the speech will have lasting consequences. As the world responds, the next months will reveal whether Trump's approach reshapes global governance or whether renewed commitment to multilateralism will reassert itself in the face of rising nationalist pressures. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for latest updates.